Angel from Resolve here, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of everything we've just launched for the Resolve app. Our Quest app, which lets you view huge BIM files on nothing more than a wireless headset like a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S, just got a massive update, and I'm going to cover that. We've received so much awesome feedback over 2024 that helps us keep pushing the limits of what's possible and helps construction teams around the world find critical issues in their models a lot earlier because they can jump into them really easily using our app for the Meta Quest so you can review your models in VR. So let's dive into it. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is our new tree view. It's a selection tree. So if you're used to looking at elements in your BIM hierarchy or the Navisworks selection tree, you can now do that in Resolve. When you open the Inspect Properties tool in Resolve, you can click on any element in the model and it gives you all the metadata associated with it. That's coming from your source file. Before, we only had top-level layers that allowed you to toggle things like categories in Revit files or the federated top-level federated files in Navisworks. Now you can select any element in your selection tree. You can see here I can scroll through and hide the robot arm, hide the robot arm element parent, or even the grandparent. Or if I wanted to, I can scroll up and hide a group of robot arms all under the specialty equipment group. So now it's possible to have more granularity over what you're showing and hiding in the model. Before it was kind of all or nothing with the entire category or model. Now you can choose individual elements or individual groups of elements very, very easily, and it's going to mirror the selection tree that you're used to seeing on other BIM platforms. This is a huge step for our team. We're now able to bring in a lot more data than before so that you can do your reviews more efficiently and have all the information that you need at your fingertips when you're reviewing models in VR. All right, next, let's talk about updates to the minimap. You can now expand the minimap into a floating window. If you recall, in the past, it was only available on the VR menu on your hand. Now, if you click that arrow on the top right, it'll pop it out into a window that floats in the model. And we've added new functionality so you can move the window around and even resize it by pointing at the corners and dragging those corners around. We're experimenting a little bit with this window framework. If you've tried, some of the newer headsets like the Vision Pro or even the updates to Meta Quest's Horizon operating system, this concept should be familiar, and we want to kind of branch out from just the VR menus that have been affixed sized in our application. You can pin the minimap to stay in a certain location, and then as you move around, it'll stay there. Or if you unpin it, it'll follow your head as you move around. And so we've kind of given you these options to get the perfect size and positioning for you to use the minimap more efficiently. Our power users love the Dollhouse mode. This is where you're able to look at a scaled down version of your model in a top-down view. And we also have some pass-through AR mixed reality functionality up there. One of the big asks has been to make the section plane more freeform. Right now it's only up and down vertically. Well, we've added the ability to unlock that section plane. When you click the settings icon in Dollhouse mode, you can click the unlock section top, and then you can grab it and do whatever you want with it. You can cut angles, you can cut horizontally, vertically, even go from the bottom up. It is really flexible and there for you to review the building in the way that makes the most sense for the type of review that you are doing. In addition to the section plane settings, we've also added the ability to turn off the Dollhouse boundaries. In the past, you've only been constrained to the confines of the table. So if you start to scale your model and it goes off the edges of the table, we would clip it and you can only see what was available on the table. We've added a toggle boundary button, which will turn off the boundaries in Dollhouse mode and let you scale up your model to 1-to-1. I think this is particularly exciting for some of the mixed reality workflows. And so if you go ahead and experiment with it, please do let us know what you think. As you know, we have our own proprietary rendering engine, the Wellington engine. This is what lets us open huge BIM files on the Quest and lets you walk through them without the need for any complex PC setups or very high bandwidth connections required. Everything happens locally. One of the things that we have done historically is we sort of load things in progressively, and things kind of come in as these blocks, and as you get closer to them, they become higher detail. And we try to push these blocks out as far as we can. Well, I've got really good news. We're testing something called HD mode with some select customers right now. And HD mode is a completely new way of rendering the detail in some of the dense equipment that we tend to see in manufacturing models. With HD mode, you are going to see a lot less blocks than before, and the equipment is going to have that rich detail as far as you can see. If you want to try it out, reach out to our team or ping me and we can activate it for your Resolve account. We're constantly investing in our rendering engine and making sure that it gives you a smooth experience and loads any model that you throw at it. So look out for more updates on this front in the next year. Thank you all for all the amazing feedback this year that has helped us not only build the best VR app for reviewing BIM files on devices like the Quest, but also an incredibly powerful BIM review tool that is changing the way people think about the coordination process to expand beyond just clashes and make sure that commissioning goes as smoothly as possible and isn't riddled with expensive changes and delays. We're really excited for what else we have in store for next year. This is only the beginning. Thanks, everyone.